What is up, guys? Dzeeff here, and happy Savage Strike release day. This is the day that OTS stores are allowed to sell Savage Strike. The set becomes legal tomorrow and YCS Chicago starts. And in today's video, we're going to be opening 2 boxes of this set. You'll probably see a video later on this weekend. We'll open another 2 boxes, and the reason being is that I actually bought a case of this set, and that was before the rarities of cards were revealed, which is pretty I mean, I'll talk about that in a future video. Basically, I opened a case. I've already opened 8 of these boxes, just full disclosure. Those boxes you'll see in a future video. There's sort of a time lapse. I didn't do this sort of recording for them, but you'll kind of see what I pulled there. There's a lot of interesting things about this set in terms of a case. It kind of seems like the case was mapped. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically what happened was when you open a case, there's 3 levels of 4 boxes because there's 12 boxes in a case. And what was weird as we were opening them, first off, I kind of noticed that the secret rares in the individual boxes seemed like they were always, or not always, but like most of the time they were in the bottom like 3 packs, which was kind of weird. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And also I noticed that like this is really weird to explain, but basically because there's 4 boxes per level, we were pulling like the same secret rares, like the same 3 secret rares every single level, and that was kind of strange. So like but I won't spoil too much about like what I think we're gonna pull in these particular boxes, because I could be wrong, but it's just something that I noticed, and I'll talk about that in that video. Basically the reason that I bought this case was because I wanted to see how much I can make off of this, and I'll talk about that in the case breakdown video. But I just want to show you guys from like your guys' perspective, like, is it worth it to buy a case? Spoiler alert, in most cases, no, it's not, obviously. But the cool thing is that when you buy a case, you get the boxes for like $60 each instead of $70 or $75. So you have a little bit less of like a loss to actually recoup. So each box hopefully is worth more than $60. That's not actually how it works out. But anyway, I actually didn't look at a lot of these cards in set because we were opening 8 boxes so fast. So I haven't read a ton of these cards. We'll kind of talk about them as we go along here. Space Connector, which looks really weird as a common. We got Sky Striker Ace. Don't know how to pronounce that. That's the Sky Striker Ace Win in Time, which is, I don't know if that should really be a card. We got Red Rising Dragon, card that we've been waiting for quite a while. And there's definitely been some issues with like short printing certain things out of this particular box, which we'll talk about in the case. But there's obviously Lupine is the actual short print, and there's been actually a couple boxes where we haven't pulled any copies of that card. The timepiece is really cool. We'll kind of go along here. Thunderclap Monk. This card's actually really cool. There's too bad it's not like a good way to summon it, but actually has a pretty decent effect. There's some Salamangreats in here, so if you're looking to pick up the Salamangreat structure deck, you might want to look what else you need in this set. I think the biggest thing that you need is the Link monster that's in this set. It's just a rare, so pretty cool. That card's name is crazy. Shinobi Necro, Guard Dragon. We got a nice, the worst secret of the set. So one of the reasons that this set is kind of lackluster from buying a case standpoint is that there are some really, really, really bad secret rares, more so than like other sets. I think like what was that, Cybernetic Horizon, where we had there's like Pinpoint Landing and that Celestial Observatory card, and those were pretty bad secret rares. But I mean, this set, like the secret rares, there's like 3 decent ones. Well, there's 2 like high valued ones, which are Thanos Dragon and then Pot of Extravagance, and then there's 2 like medium ones, which are Witch's Strike and the Psychic guy, which is really cool. Then the rest of them are just like so bad, like they're all like under $10, and it's like the set's not even legal at this point, so the fact that they're under $10 like today is super discouraging to people that are looking to buy boxes. I will say after opening 8 boxes that none of them that we opened were actually like complete busts, except for one of them. There was one of them that we opened where the entire, like both secret rares were just like super bad. But a lot of the times when we were opening them, either both secret rares would be like medium, or like you'd have a bad secret rare and then a good secret rare. So I don't know, but yeah, definitely this is not this is even worse than the like the Cybernetic Horizon, which was like the last set that I said don't buy. This card, oh man, this card's like so close to being good, but it's kind of cool. Luckily we get in the next set, I think we get the it's like a mind control trap card that's like a staple 3 of in Altergeist. Yeah, kind of the reason that I bought a case is because I figured, like, I'll mention this in the case video as well, but basically I was sort of just like, I don't know, we've had 2 dangerous secret rares in both of the sets this year. I thought it was for sure going to happen in this set. So what I was planning on was that, okay, we're going to have 2 danger secret rares that are likely going to be very good. You're going to have danger ultra rares that are going to be good, and then you're going to have Pot of Extravagance. You're going to have the Thanos Dragon. Right off the bat, that's 4 out of 8 secret rares that are really good. I thought Lone Wolf might be like an ultra rare or something. That'd be a pretty high valued ultra rare. And nice. So we got Pot of Extravagance, the best card in the entire set, and also the main reason that you want to buy this set right now. It's the only card that is currently more expensive than the retail price of the boxes. Thanos Dragon gets close, but not quite. But man, what a beautiful card. Can't wait to play that in Altergeist this weekend. I think I'm free to say that, and it's like spoiling what deck I'm going to play. But yeah, when you give the deck that I already was playing a Pot of Greed card, that's pretty nuts. That's pretty cool. But yeah, there's just like, man, there's just not a lot of good secret rares in here. But oh, nice. We only pulled out of 8 boxes 2 of these. Danger Ogopogo. Beautiful. What a great card. That is basically the Canadian version of the Loch Ness Monster, or so I'm told. I don't know, I should ask Team Samurai, he probably knows that, but I'm like 90% sure that that's what it is. It's Canadian Loch Ness Monster. But there certainly are some cool cards in the set. I think I'm just gonna just move these over there. There certainly are some cool cards in the set. The ultra rares are like kind of meh. There's actually a lot of cool rares and supers though. I think that's like, I don't know, this set's kind of like good for budget players, bad for people buying cases. But if no one buys cases, then like Konami's not going to sell a lot of the set. Man, the Time Thief cards, seems so crazy that they have like, I mean, I talked about that in the like, what was that, underrated cards from the set, or sleeper picks or whatever. Talked about how Time Thieves have a like rescue cat, and then also a card that searches when you summon it, which is pretty crazy. Fusion of Fire broken. Yeah, so they got this guy, the Time Thief Regulator, which is a rescue cat. Doesn't negate their effects or anything, and then you can get a search effect immediately because the main level 4 Time Thief card searches when you summon it. Kid Roxy's Element of Hero Brave Neos. The Element of Hero cards in this set are kind of interesting. The main problem is that the the poor super rare fusion card in this set, it is not super good because it says, if we pull it out, I'll show you. I'm sure we've pulled one already, but oh, there it is. Hey, thanks. Speak of the devil. So Neos Fusion, the problem with this card is it says special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that lists exactly 2 monsters as material, and that is a huge detriment because the problem is that all of the cool Neos fusions, they all take like 3 monsters, and that's that really sucks that they made that card. Would that have broken like Neos decks if they let you special summon like stuff that had 3 materials? Like probably not. So it's kind of strange to me, at least, that Konami would make it restricted to that. So that's kind of what's going on here. Is all these Shiranui. This card's name is hilarious. Ghost Meets Girl, a Shiranui's story. I don't know what the OCG name of that card was, but certainly it was not that. And yeah, as far as opening these Savage Strike packs go, it was we noticed some things, and I'll talk about more of this later. Aloof Wolf is extremely short printed. I don't even know. I might have been missing them if we've gone through here, but I don't think I have. I don't even know. I don't care too much to check because I think the average that I pulled out of those 8 boxes was less than 2 per box, which is pretty disappointing. Oh, we got them Dolce card. I don't know if we'll do them with Dolce Deco file. I really want to, but I don't know if I'll get around to it. But it is cool that we do have new Dolce support. You know, I might as well. There we go. We got Aloof Lupine, and some people are questioning this name. It is both of those words are synonyms for like lone wolf, basically. And actually, the OCG translation, like the direct translation, was proud beast, I think. So Aloof is kind of like loner. It's kind of like standoffish, and then Lupine is a type of wolf. So the reason that they gave it this like ridiculous name is because there's already a trap card that is called Lone Wolf, and they could have just made it called like the Lone Wolf or something, but I mean there'd be so many decklist errors from that. There's already like decklist errors occasionally, or there used to be, from people writing Blackluster Soldier instead of Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning. So I think they were just trying to avoid that. But man, it's a lot of people are not a fan of that name. Personally, I mean, I've talked about this before. I actually don't mind name changes too much when you're looking at like TCG cards coming from the OCG. I know a lot of people really get up in arms about that, but personally, I don't care too much. I mean, it's Konami's cards. They can do whatever they want. And I think like the issue a lot of the times is that the cards are coming from like fanlations or like direct translations. And sometimes, I mean, if you just speak different languages, you find out that direct translations, sometimes a lot of the context is actually missing from those. That's something as someone that's taken a few different languages. I've taken Spanish and I've taken French as well. Those sort of situations, I learn a lot of the times that like that's kind of why like humor often doesn't translate between languages very well, because the contextual things from the words are actually kind of gone contextual things. It's like that whole thing I just said was like half English major in me, half like person that doesn't know words. Find that happens pretty often in my life. Anyways, this was like the probably the best box I've opened so far out of the nine boxes. Yeah, Extravagance is just like the card to pull, and we didn't pull a lot of them in the other 8 boxes. Actually, we pulled 0 of them. But anyway, I'm gonna get this off the table, and then I clean it up a little bit, and then we're gonna open the next box as well. Alright, so we dig into this one, and I still have not, so in those first 8 boxes, and that's kind of what I was talking about with the mapping, there were 0 copies of Extravagance, and there were 0 copies of the Kaiju Secret Rare. And what was interesting is, as far as like the mapping went, like a lot of the top layers, if you went to like the top 4 boxes, they oftentimes had the same secret rares in them, the same like 3 secret rares. There's obviously like 8 secret rares, so it doesn't quite divide out, but that's kind of something that I was noticing here. So if this box has Extravagance, or I guess we'll see, this box, like in theory, you're pulling a playset of every secret rare because there's 8 secret rares and there's 24 chances to get a secret rare, but that's not really how it's going for a lot of people. A lot of people, I'll probably do it too because I'm unlucky here, but there are a lot of people are pulling like 6 copies of the Trickstar Live Stage cards. At this point, I have only pulled 4 copies of this guy, or no, actually I don't think I have any 4 copies of anything. I'm pretty sure that's the other card that I pulled just 2 copies of. There we go. Yeah, see, Trickstar Live Stage. So this is another reason to not buy a set, because this is the worst secret rare by far, I think. I mean, I don't know, the Valkyrie one's pretty bad too, but this one's like especially bad, and it is the most common secret rare. And I can kind of talk a little bit about why like secret rares, why cards get short printed, and it's kind of interesting. A lot of people like don't know. A lot of people think Konami is like maliciously doing it, and that's it's possible, because like they should know what they're doing at this point. And I wouldn't say either way if Konami is like purposely short printing good cards like Extravagance. Obviously the thing is that, and I always try to caution people with this, when a card like Extravagance is a card you're pulling less of, you notice it more often than when a card like a bad card is a card that you're pulling less of. Because when it's a bad card that's being short printed, you don't notice, because you don't want to be pulling that particular card. Nice, got a Loof Lupine again. Actually, probably more valuable than Trickstar like Live Stage. So that's kind of like my theory on that. But how it happens, if you don't know, is that Yu-Gi-Oh cards are printed in sheets, and they sort of are printed in sheets. I don't know how many cards across they are, but it's an odd number, and they have an even number. Nice, another Lupine. It's an odd number, and they have an even number of secrets. So there always has to be a card that's getting printed like 1 or 2 times less per sheet. Usually they do like 2 different cards are both being printed 1 time less than the other cards on the list. So that kind of happens with all rarities, but it especially comes up in secret rares because you notice it more because it's only 2 per box. When stuff like Aloof Lupine is short printed, like you notice it, but you don't notice it as much because the card isn't very valuable. So even stuff like Fairy Tale Snow is short printed, and it's like, yeah, at some point you have to say, okay, if Fairy Tale Snow, that's a good card, that's short printed, and Aloof Lupine, that's short printed, very good card. Yeah, Konami probably knows what they're doing, but I don't know. I don't really know how much of it is like maliciously decided. I like to give Konami the benefit of the doubt when possible. But yeah, so that's how the short prints happen, is because there are there's not an equal number of cards per sheet as far as each rarity goes, because it's an odd number and then there's an even number of the different rarities. So when you're looking at like the secret rares, something, usually 2 cards, have to be printed less than the other cards. In the past, it has sometimes been the more expensive cards, but also it's sometimes been the less expensive cards too. Pinpoint Landing, I remember it was kind of a hard card to pull. A lot of people didn't have that card, but obviously you're going to notice it when World Legacy Guard Dragon, cool. Obviously you're going to notice it when it's like the expensive cards. So is Extravagance short printed? I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say, right? Because like on average, you're probably going to pull like 3 of every secret rare, but obviously you're sometimes going to pull 4 of one and 2 of another, because you're not very likely at all to pull like 3 secrets in a box. So like in the case where I've now pulled 4 copies of Live Stage so far, like the chances of me pulling another one are pretty low, but that means that like another secret rare that I have now I'm not going to pull a playset of. Will it be Extravagance? Will it be Thanos Dragon? I mean, probably, but that's kind of like, is Konami doing that on purpose? It's tricky, because on one hand, oh my god. Oh man. Oh my god, this set's so bad. Okay, so this is the second bust, quote unquote, box. The other bust box, I think it was this combination of cards as well. Jeez, that sucks. Yeah, so this card, not so hot. It's obviously these are like the 2 worst secrets, and man, you can just get them both in a pack, and it really sucks. It does remind me of Cybernetic Horizon, because I believe in Cybernetic Horizon we pulled a pack that was like Pinpoint Landing and Celestial Observatory. Anyway, there's no real reason for me to like open these packs on camera real quick. I guess I'll just cut that part out and kind of show you if I pull anything worth anything. We've pulled like all the cards out of this set so far. Like I think we have like 2 ultra rares. So let me just you don't need to see me like pull a bunch of commons. So give me 1 second. I'll cut that part out. All right, so I just opened the rest of those packs. We actually did pull the other 2 ultras. Borload Savage Dragon is actually much harder to pull than the other ultra rares in the set. I found that the World Legacy ultra rare and Final Light are the easiest ultra rares to pull, just going off of the now 10 boxes that I've opened. Anyway, though, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's pack opening video. We'll have another one with the last 2 boxes of the case on probably Sunday, I think, maybe Monday, and then I'll do after the whole weekend, after I unload all of these cards, I want to do one big video going through exactly how much I spent on the case and how much I made on the case. Obviously, my situation is a little bit different because I make money from the videos that I post, but I just want to look at it from a consumer perspective. Is it good enough to buy a case from someone that doesn't have a channel? Are you actually like likely to plus off the set? Spoiler alert, I don't think the answer is yes, but I'll see. Maybe I'll find some crazy way to sell these cards in a way that actually makes me money more than I spent in the box, probably, or more than I spent in the case. Probably not though, but we'll talk about that all in that video. Thank you so much for watching today's pack opening video. I will see you later. No, we're not a pack opening channel, but we still open packs occasionally. Goodbye.